Hey, everybody, and welcome back to our brand new YouTube station for the Bling Bling Jam. Super excited today to have Darren Saari with us. He's going to be teaching this year at the Bling Bling Jam. It's going to be awesome. And he's been in the Bling Bling Jam before. But before we talk about that, we want to know Darren a little bit better, how he got started in balloons, what his company's name is, where he's from, and what his focus is in terms of his balloon business, if he doesn't mind sharing. So, Darren, why don't you take it away and say hi to everybody and let them know who you are, your business name,
Yeah.
you got
Hey,
started.
Steve.
Hey,
Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for having me. So,
well,
yeah, I'm happy to be here and be a part of Bling Bling Jam. A little bit about myself. I live in Southern California, and so because of that, my business is SoCal Balloons, Southern California, SoCal. And so, I've been doing balloons for professionally for about 12 years, a little over a decade now. And I twisted my very first balloon when I was 3 years old. I wasn't a
wow.
professional when I was three, but when I was three, my mom brought in balloons and just thought it was a fun thing to do. So I actually have a picture of me 3 years old holding a balloon dog. We could share that some of the time, but
Oh,
and
I
I
love to
just have
see that.
memory. Yeah. So I have like nostalgia of balloons. So when I was 17 years old, I saw balloons at a fair, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I remember that when I was young. And then so I just kind of got into it, started watching YouTube videos, started getting into different balloon communities, and it was like, then it just took off and it became my thing. I only had one other job before balloons, and then I've been a balloon artist ever since I was 17 years old. So balloon animals, and then in the past years, about 8 years ago, I pivoted into balloon decorations because they would ask you for the balloon animals, and then it's like, oh, do you do balloon decorations? And that's where we got started doing a lot of balloon decor, balloon designs.
How
Yeah.
cool. Wow. And I think when I met you, you said before you did some kind of a detailing or something like that. I think it was another family business or something like that. Do I remember
Uh,
correctly? You said you did,
yeah. So
yeah.
my dad's business is vinyl graphics, and so I also do decals and vinyl graphics. We
Cool.
have large printers. We can print life-size prints, and so I worked with my father for a while doing graphic design. So it's still in my blood. I love doing graphic design, video
Yeah.
editing, all that fun, tedious detail.
How cool is
Yeah.
that? That becomes really helpful in your bloom business, I'm sure, as we've been seeing. So that's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is your main, okay, so you started off in your bloom business 12 years ago. You said now you're doing decor. What were you doing before? Just birthday parties, twisting? Like what was your main focus in terms of your clientele?
Yeah, just twisting, lots of family parties, birthday parties, any kind of parties. But then I became a restaurant twister, and doing restaurant twisting is what really made me fast and accurate because you got to get hit table after table. And I was working
Exactly.
primarily for tips at the time, so my speed and
Yeah,
accuracy just like went through the roof. And with that speed and accuracy, now I'm able to do things like I'm doing right now with the drive-through balloon animal drive-through challenge series,
I love
which
that.
is so much fun. And so if you haven't seen it, my balloon drive-through
Yeah.
challenge, I posted some on Facebook recently, but on Instagram,
Yeah, tell me your
uh,
Instagram.
yeah, a lot of people love it. I've been posting a lot on Instagram for balloon drive-through, and it's gotten me a lot of followers recently. So it just feels nice that people are paying attention and loving people's reactions when I give them balloons, because I think everybody has that reaction of like, oh my gosh, this is made out of balloons, and they're just like, it's like magic. It just makes people happy no matter
Oh,
what.
for sure. And I've watched those as we discussed, and it's been amazing how you like threw up your what really high your Instagram followers. It's amazing and good for
Thank
you.
you.
So they can find you at the Southern Cal Instagram, right?
Yeah, so it's so on Instagram it's SoCal
Perfect.
period balloons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
SoCal balloons.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
tell us, that's going really well. But let me circle back to the restaurants. Are you still doing restaurants now and or not?
I do a few restaurants just for like if people want to pay me to be in a restaurant, I'll work by the hour, and I'll just like I really don't want to accept tips if I get paid by the hour, but if
Yeah.
I haven't been honestly since COVID, I haven't been doing very many restaurants.
Mhm.
But I'm not opposed to it. I think restaurants are great for advertising, but when it comes to like
Yes.
having paid events, then some restaurants are a little hesitant for paid events.
They are. Yeah. Little
Yeah.
tidbit on that is I did a lot of restaurants. I haven't done them in a long time myself, but I would get paid and tips. and
Nice.
it was kind of worth it then because you're working in sometimes at a discount, but that's great. So how long
Yeah.
did you do the restaurants for, would you say how many years?
I did the restaurants for 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
So right off the bat, and then I quit the restaurants probably like, yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's good
So
to graduate. So that's
yeah,
great. So
yeah.
the challenge you're doing now in the drive-throughs, which is again what we talked about, how did you come up with that idea?
So it's like the same adrenaline you get from being slammed at a restaurant, like having
Yeah,
lots
I
of
know what
tables
that
at a
is. Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like
The
being in a
pressure, the
drive-through.
pressure's on, right?
The pressure is on, and
Yeah.
I love that feeling, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's I love that pressure is on kind of feeling because you always do something quickly and you're like impress
Setting
yourself or
yourself
impress the
up for
person.
success in a way.
Yeah, for sure. So I've believe it or not, I've been doing balloons in the drive-through for people for a couple of years now, and I just would make a flower or make something special while I'm waiting because I always have a bag of balloons in my car. I have probably 8 balloon bags, and I have all different sizes. So I love the Bagaloon Aloha round bag because it's just big enough to bring with you everywhere.
Yeah.
People say, don't leave your balloons in your car. I leave one balloon bag in my car, and it's such a small amount of balloons. I don't care if they go bad, but I just leave them in my car, so I always have this balloon superpower with me. So then I could actually make anybody a balloon I want, and I mouth inflate, so I don't need a pump. And every balloon in the drive-through video, I've mouth inflated every single one. I don't bring a pump with me in the drive-through,
Yeah.
and that's just it impresses people too. But with the drive-through challenge, yeah, I've been doing balloons in the drive-through for people for a while, and then I just realized I should probably film this because it's some cool magical moments. So then I have
Yeah.
my phone set up on a tripod, and then I just got these cool glasses with the little camera in them, so now I could film like first person.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah. So with this last video I posted where I went to Raising Cane's, I got to film out of my sunglasses, and so it was a
Wow.
good investment to get a good first person view, so you could
You know,
actually
they
see the
had
look.
that. That's amazing.
Yeah, the Facebook Meta Ray-Ban glasses. They're a
I
pretty
have
penny,
seen
but
those. Wow.
totally worth it.
I've seen some advertisement for that. I didn't realize that's what that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 That's crazy. So how long? It's been only a short time, as I know you went from like you had 2,000 followers to like, I don't know, 30 or 40. I don't know what it was. I was like, check him out. And I don't really check
Yeah.
his profiles. I was just you kept popping up. So
Yeah.
so
Thanks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say how long you've been airing it on your Instagram?
Well, I posted my first drive-through video about 10, maybe 2 weeks ago, 10
Yeah.
days, 2 weeks ago. And yeah, I had 30,000 followers and now I'm up to like 41,000.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
and yeah, and the first drive-through video has 1 million plays on Instagram. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, what do you do with having the followers is good in a way where it's just a lot of eyeballs on you, so there's a lot of
Yeah.
connections. But
Yeah.
Instagram doesn't pay you for followers. TikTok barely
No.
pays for followers. It's not like I'm making tons of money now. I'm still a starving artist, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. But could lead to some other events, and that's always good, and you're having fun at the same time. Have you got any messages or anybody that wants to book you through that so far?
Yeah. I've gotten a good amount of messages from people in Southern California that want to book me. So
Sure.
that was the trouble too, is like people all around the world are getting to see my video, but then there's a
Yeah,
there's a good amount, there's a good percentage of people that are in Southern California that are either closer to LA
yeah.
or even right around here. There's some comments on there that are like, oh, I go to that restaurant, you know? So
Well, you're like in
you
the
know,
third biggest economy in the world in California, right? I think that's what they say. There's a some
true.
yeah,
Yeah, we could be our own country. It's a bad idea, but we could be. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
the
That's
amount of people here.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in more like the suburbs of like Riverside County.
Hmm.
So Riverside County, I'm close to Orange County.
That's great. Wow. So that's exciting. So where do you think you're going to go with this challenge? You're going to keep doing it? I mean, again, but now you're doing decor, but then you're getting a lot of attention on that. That's a lot of attention. So I'm assuming that it might take you to a different area of gigging. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But I mean, you're probably not sure.
I'm not sure. So
Yeah.
I mean, what the thing that I started instead of going to a lot of Twister conventions in the past years, I've gone to a few decor conventions.
Yeah.
And I was learning a lot of decor stuff because I'm like, oh, I should do decor. If I'm going to treat this as a career, I can do a lot of decorating. And
Yeah.
then I was posting nonstop decoration thing. And then, they were just getting regular views and everything. I got a few bookings from them, but then I got back into the twisting just because I love it. It's a passion of mine. I love
Yeah.
making balloons. I love teaching balloons.
Oh,
And then I started to
absolutely.
take off with some more publicity with the twisting. And I was for part of me, I was like, should I? I'm not done twisting, but I just didn't do it as much. And then now I'm like getting back into it. I'm like, okay, people still want the twisting. Um, my favorite thing, because I used to be more extroverted when I was a little younger, and now
Yeah.
now that I have 3 kids, I'm getting a little older. My energy level's not the same, and so
Yeah.
I'm not as extroverted at parties
I
as I
can't
used to be.
imagine with 3 young kids. Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. So now that I'm there, I'm like, I'd rather just stay up late and twist and inflate balloons in my garage all night long, my workshop, and do the deliveries instead of being out in front of a group and twisting balloons for hours. So, but
I,
I still love to do both. I think as much as that's what's great about this business and my business is that
yeah.
it's more of like you could do both and have different events booked at different times and set
Yeah.
things up and drop things off. So yeah, I think if you're a twister, getting into decor is really good. And if you're a
Yeah.
decorator, getting into twisting, like you're buying things from the same store and you're ultimately treating the same clients because most clients are having parties, they need decorations and they need entertainment. So I do a
100%.
lot of combo booking like that.
100%. Smart. It's smart. It's a smart. And to be honest with you, all the balloon companies know that. And the people that have the best businesses are deco twisters, saying,
Hmm.
and sometimes you
Yeah.
get bored with one thing, you want to bounce. I mean, I never thought I was going to do any decor myself. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do some when I feel like it. It's always arches, columns, and centerpieces, but that's where the money is, right? So
Yeah.
overall,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was saying it's not really a secret. That's where the money is. That's what everybody says. But I mean,
Correct.
it depends on your skill level and your clientele. Because that's like the number one question on these balloon forums is like, how much do I charge? It's like, well, where do you live and how much do you think your market can bear ultimately? That's like, and
Right.
I think as I'm lucky to get started in this industry really young because I learned how to be a creative and learn how to, and you can learn creativity by the way, but and learn how to be an artist and learn how to do the twists and all the decor and stuff really young. And now that I'm a little older, I'm more mature. I'm focusing more on the business side, and I
Yeah.
think focusing on the business side is really important. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
because
sure.
you need a plan and you need a structure and a system, and that's what I've been doing for the last couple of years is just developing my system and developing a CRM and all this other important business things. And that's what I watch a lot of business content. I watch a lot of balloon business content too. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
great art people out there that are sharing their balloons, balloon
So,
business ideas.
so great and so important. And I know we've had those discussions because a lot of artists don't understand business in general. A lot of people don't understand business correctly either. But balloons aren't free, conventions aren't free, your supplies aren't free, your gasoline's not free. So nothing wrong with having good business senses. You have to make money. So
Yeah.
that's all good. So let's circle back to how long has it been on the decor side, and what made you say, I want to do decor now? Just out of curiosity, what was the trigger?
Yeah. So I was always kind of interested in learning decor. There was a couple other Twister friends that I knew that was getting started in decor while in the beginning. John Justice was one of those that really got me into decor. I
Yeah.
would help him with Amazon clients. I would help him with big stuff and golf courses and things. And then uh, we're not as close as we once were, but we're still acquaintances. And so I started doing the decor thing on my own. And then I was tired of not just doing like the basics, like columns and arches, and didn't have a vehicle that I could make it happen. So I would inflate on site, and then I got a little bored of inflating on site. I was like, this is terrible. It's taking way too long. So I invested in a balloon delivery truck. So I have a box truck that is it's like 13 feet deep, 6 foot tall, and like 7 foot wide. So
Oh,
it's like
that
a
makes
little
life
room
a lot easier.
on
Yeah.
wheels. Yeah, and I definitely recommend if you want to take this seriously, invest in a truck like that. Mine was a secondhand truck. It
Okay.
looks terrible on the outside, but it functions really well.
Doesn't matter.
And you could definitely, yeah, it doesn't matter. And you could definitely have a lot higher volume when you do things on your own because you could spend a couple days before inflating it all, get some inflators to help, and then setting it up takes with 30 minutes to an hour to set it up.
Okay.
So yeah, so that 4th of July one that I just posted
Yeah.
yesterday, a little late. A lot of that was like couple days before, just prepping it all, and then you
Yeah.
just stuff the van, and then when people show up and you go to the event, it's like I'm just handing balloons because there's the backpacks and the big parade poles, and then you're just the garlands are already finished. You just hang them. So there's a lot of cool little shortcuts when it comes to decor that I've discovered.
Yeah.
I would love to share with people as well. When I watch other decorators online, they're like doing things that I'm like, oh, there's I don't know, I don't want to sound too crazy, but there's ways that I'm like, oh, I do it this way, and nobody else really does it that way, and I try to be competitive with how things are made, but then also the pricing and everything. It's all up in the air. I mean,
Yeah.
I love this business because I just get to have fun all the time. So
Yeah. Oh, well,
yeah,
and I can tell. So that's good.
yeah,
That's good. You keep
yeah,
it always fun. That's always great. Wow. So
yeah.
you would say, oh, so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, to cut
No,
you.
I'm done. Next
Okay.
next question. Yeah.
So you would say right now, and then you're going back to twisting, most of your business is decor right now. And you're,
Yeah, it's funny because it fluctuates a lot depending on what time
yeah.
of year it
And
is.
that's
I get
okay
a
too.
lot of like corporate stuff like in the beginning of the year, March, April, even February, and then in the summer it's like all twisting, and then the balloons out here in California during the summer definitely pop if they're outside, so they
Oh,
have to
I'm
be inside.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and I love spray shines, but spray shine outdoor is like oil in a skillet. It's like so just make these balloons pop.
Yeah. Let's try them
And
in
so
Vegas outside. No.
yeah,
Is it
we'll
120
do a
degrees that
balloon.
hurt?
Yeah, we'll do a balloon comparison video
Yeah.
exactly. We'll find the rooftop door and put some balloons up there.
A little too
Dang.
hot.
Yeah.
So, okay. So when you started the decor, uh, how did you get the word out from marketing, if you don't mind, for you, because again, you went from twisting to decor, so it's kind of curious.
Yeah.
Because before that, you only did twisting, right? You didn't do any decor till a few years ago. Just
Yeah. So
for you, it happens. Your story.
yeah, no worries. The decor just kind of started organically. No pun intended.
We're asking you, and then did you promote it and market it back then, or was it all word of mouth?
It was all word of mouth, and now I'm starting to promote it and market
Okay.
it now. But it was all word of mouth, and it was just friends of ours and churches and schools and just like
Oh,
elementary
great.
schools. Yeah, so I do the same clients every year. I've had the same clients for the last
Yeah.
6 or 7 years. So I do a good handful of corporate stuff, but a lot of it is like elementary schools because they have like the first day of school and then the graduations and that like so a bunch of stuff in
Good
between.
repeat
And
business. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I think as long as you treat your first clients well and you want to book with them every year, like you just it's tough work to get all that figured out and work all that out, but once you get there, and I'm not like booked every weekend or every day. I'm
Right.
still working
Right.
on my business as much as I can.
Oh,
So
sure. Sure. Wow. Very cool. Okay. So now that you're back to twisting, doing decor, you're doing your wonderful thing on Instagram with the drive-throughs, which we love, and you guys got to check it out. Uh, is there any area in the balloon world for you, focus of business that is, that you have not done yet you want to focus on, whether it might be, let's say, you know, something else with corporate or a trade show, or it could be a wedding, or it could be anything like that that you haven't done that you want to do that you want to share with everybody in the future. I'm just kind of curious.
yeah, that's a great question. I've done a few handful of like big sculpture builds where you're just like
Yeah.
building a large piece for like a hotel lobby or something like that, or like what's happening on Balloon Story right now is really amazing, and I'm
Uh,
like really jealous of all them that are there right now. I know it just ended, but
my friend
I'm
Shamir
really
from Israel is there. He was coming to Boston last few years, and
yeah,
we got together since COVID. I met him for the first time in jamming. He's a great guy, so he was there.
yeah. I think it just like that's the cream of the crop as far as balloon art because you're not really time constrained. You can make as complicated of a thing as you want, and your brain just like my brain at least will start to just go, oh, I could add this and I could do that, and it's like I've been seeing these amazing things they're doing in Balloon Story, and I'm just like, I mean, oh, those are the top twisters
Yeah.
in the world
So,
there.
but my question is for you, how would that be a market for you? I don't know. I think it's wonderful too, but I don't know how sellable that is. You know, saying that whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
think about that.
I,
Like, no one's going to buy
yeah.
that. You know, they're going to visit
Well,
it.
you
I
never
would visit
know.
it. Yeah, you never know. You got somebody who's a billionaire,
There's
but
these clients. There's these
yeah,
clients in LA that I
yeah.
don't
Oh,
know
I'm
them that well,
sure.
but
No, no, I'm
yeah,
sure. You're right. That no, we'll take that back. That's true.
yeah.
It's true. But in terms of like, so do you want to do a balloon story for your business? Like, do you want to, is that one of your goals in terms of your like marketing a different, what I mean is not the balloon creations. Well, that has to do with it. I mean, your focus is something that you haven't done yet, whether it's weddings, like I said before, or it's trade shows or something that you said you haven't done yet.
uh,
Like, I would love to do that one day or focus on that market. That's what I'm trying to
Weddings, trade shows.
bar
Uh,
mitzvahs. I don't know. I'm not putting things in your head. I'm just asking you.
no, yeah.
Is there anything that you thought
I'm
about?
trying to think what would be
Yeah,
viable. I don't know. I kind of just take on whatever is thrown at me, and then
sure,
oftentimes it's something that I've never done before. I just
sure,
do my best at it the first time, and
sure.
and just yeah, happy to make what I make on
Of
it.
course. I'm just
Um,
impressed with you with your balloon stuff, but you also have a marketing head. So
yeah,
that's why I wasn't sure if you had thought about a market that you hadn't done before. But you know what? Listen, it can happen anytime after this
yeah,
Zoom. It might be like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. That's
yeah.
inspiration, Steve. And that's good. That's the purpose. Or somebody listening to this, maybe they get inspired and think of an area they want to do. And we're all different. We're not going to like all areas. And I mean, at first we all take whatever comes in. I do too, you know what I'm saying? But I like to
Mhm.
focus sometimes in some areas. So wasn't sure. But that's
Well,
yeah.
yeah. One of the things that came to mind when you said that was just like working in the balloon community, the balloon industry, as like an educator. I think that's one of the reasons why I want to be here and be in Bling Bling Jam is to teach people how to do balloons. And I think as with the following that I have now, I'm able to be more of a
Yeah,
balloon educator, get people interested in how cool and fun balloons are, and then be like,
sure.
here's this free class on the basics, and then I'll be able to have other classes and courses later that people can take
Yeah,
and have. But
of
I think
course.
that's something I want to pursue in the future. I have
Okay.
a few downloads now, but I would just like to do more of that. And
Yes.
I really just want balloon art to live on.
Oh,
I
we all
think that
do. We all do. There's
yeah,
already enough people trying to knock out balloons as a law, right?
I
No,
know.
we
So
don't
the whole
understand that all yet, but I was just talking to Crystal about that on her interview because she's really got some great backbone on that. But yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, we all want it to live on, Darren, for sure.
yeah, no helium releases for us. So we
Yeah,
like
it's
to
not
have our
allowed in Vegas
balloons.
anymore, too. It was just banned in June, so it was all over there too. So I was like, no, and we have some helium coming to Bling Bling. I'm like, don't worry, we're not going to be doing that outside. It's they're taking it all seriously now. I totally get it. Well,
Yeah, balloons are biodegradable.
oh
They are, everybody. They're
yeah,
not plastic.
yes. So do we miss anything out in your, I know we're going to segue into the teaching and we're talking about bling in a minute, but about you, about something with your balloon career, something that you did before,
Yeah.
something that you wanted people to know that you got to work on, or anything we missed out about anything to do with Darren and
Well,
Southern Cal balloons.
yeah. So SoCal Balloons, when I first got started in 2016, 2017, I no longer than that, 2012.
It had to
I
be because you
started in
did the
20.
Bling Bling Jam in 2014 is your first
That's
one,
what I was gonna say. That's what
right?
I was leading
First
into this,
convention,
Steve.
you said.
You read my
Yeah,
mind. So I
yeah,
started in 2012, and then
yeah,
in 2014, I went to my first Bling Bling Jam, and
yeah.
so I was
How
only
old
19
how
at the
old were
time.
you then? Okay, 19. Okay, you're 29 now.
19,
I knew
and
you
my
told your parents, and it was your brother,
yeah,
you, and your sister. It was
uh-huh.
really
I
cool.
begged my parents, please, can we go to Vegas? There's this balloon convention,
Yeah,
and they're like, okay, and then they're like, then once they went, they saw it was so much fun, and they made friends with Ken Stillman and Natalie Balloonverse and Nick
yes.
the Balloon, like all these loving, caring people that was just like, oh, this is so cool. What a good community. And so, yeah, going to Bling Bling Jam 1 was super fun. And just long lasting memories. So my brother got into balloons. My sister still does balloons. She's in Nashville, Knoxville, Tennessee now.
Right.
But yeah, and then I've been into balloons ever since. I love it. And so yeah, I went to Blooming Jam 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
and I'm happy to be back for the 10th. This is going to be amazing.
I
So
think you went to more than 1, 2, and 3 because the first one was at the I remember this. The first one was at the Fremont Hotel. The second,
Yeah.
the El Cortez. Oh, no, no, no. You
Uh-huh.
might. No, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. The second was at the D, was the wedding of Debbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The third was the El Cortez. You were there, and then you were also at the Golden Nugget. So, as I
Yeah.
have videos of you there. So either
Yeah.
the first time in the Golden
That's
Nugget or the second.
five.
Yeah, you've been to more than that. Yeah. Then you haven't.
Yeah. So one, two,
Wow.
three, and
So
maybe five.
yeah, yeah. It's where you belong.
Yeah. I'm happy to be back.
So
It's so
that's
cool.
so let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you're going to teach at the Bling Bling Jam and why you're excited about teaching at the Bling Bling Jam and any other details on that.
Yeah. So I'm excited to just kind of teach. I want to teach some fun characters. I haven't fully picked the characters that I want to
That's
teach
okay.
yet, but
Right. It's all just
I think
happened,
it's
right?
important. I think it's yeah. Well, I think it's important to teach line work style characters that could easily be like manipulated to be even more complicated. So if you only have 3 or 4 minutes to work on a design, you can make that. But if you want to make it in 10 minutes and you're at like a party that has 10 kids and you have 2 hours, then it just depends. I really just want to teach on how to be more efficient and make more money doing this because I
Good.
think there's a lot of people out there that need to learn that. And anybody can spend 15 minutes on creating something a masterpiece, but ultimately, if you're not hired for that, you want
Right.
to make quicker things. But there's always time to make more things. Yeah, so one of my classes is on characters, and it's really exciting. And then one of my other classes is on some animals with googly eyes and stuff like that. So we're gonna teach some animals, some characters, and then I'm gonna sprinkle in some
We
tips.
call that bling bling, you know. That's where you learned it. No, no.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
add on to it.
exactly.
I like it. I like it. Well,
Yeah, some googly eyes.
I like that you're talking about the money aspects. You know, as Bling, we always talk about that. So I'm that's awesome, Darren. That's really, really great. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why we come to these conventions. Excuse me, and that's the reason why we come to these conventions to learn from each other and see what works for each other, or see what works for you by you know someone's really has a lot of success in a certain area of their balloon business, and then we can learn from them.
Yeah,
I learned a lot of really great designs that I still use today from the bling bling jams and the conventions I've gone to in the past. There's and a lot
yeah,
of friends, and ultimately you come to these things to meet people and to make friends, and you stay in touch with them on Facebook, and you go through social media and you see the stuff they've been making, and you see how you could interpret it and make it your own. I think there's a lot of people that I've learned
all
from
learn
over the
from each
years, but
other.
yeah, there's a lot of people I learned from over the years. Billy Damon, Mark Byrne,
Yeah,
and Cody Williams, and all of the balloon friends I've made. But I take what they've taught me and I kind of make my own. And you kind of you take it and you
yeah,
put your own twist on it.
yes. No pun intended. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, no pun
Yeah,
intended.
yeah.
Yeah, so putting your own twist on a design or a character, we all do it in our own way, and I think that's what's beautiful about balloon art is like just because I do it one way, you could do it the other way, and there's a wrong way, but there's not just one right way, you know?
Yeah. No, so
Yeah,
true. So true.
yeah.
That's
So
great. So
yeah, I'm excited.
you're gonna be in the jam room as well. We're gonna do a Jeff Hayes tribute. I think you might be doing jamming on Sunday as well, but you'll be jamming in general, I'm sure, anyway.
Yeah.
And again, super excited about your classes. And what else did you want to share with anybody about Bling Bling Jam? About what you expect.
Yeah.
Why you think people should come? I know this they watch this. If not, it's virtual replay. It's a little late now or next year, and that's fine too, because we are a 10-year convention, and we're going to have 11 years next year. I can't believe it.
I don't know.
But anyway, anything else you want to add on to something that you're going to share? You're going to go? You're excited about? Why you think people should come?
Well, so I'm excited to see old friends, and I'm excited to
Yeah,
make new friends. There's a lot of old friends there. Grandma V's there,
yeah,
obviously, and then
yes. Nick,
Billy and
Billy,
Mark, and
yep,
yeah, all
and
these people
Natalie.
that
Yeah.
I've met,
We're a
and
tight group. We're like the Blame Museum is like a family. When people
yeah,
have been there for a minute, they know the difference when they come back. So everyone
yeah,
does
for
that. I
sure.
don't think there's any vibe like that. And again, nothing against anybody else. Everything is, but it's just a special group, and I really do believe that. So, and you were there originally, so it's awesome. But sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no, it's okay. And then and like other people that I'm excited to see, but also I'm excited to just make balloons with people, have some time to myself to just teach and make balloons and be in Vegas and hang out with people, but also excited to meet new people. I'm excited to film a lot and make a lot of videos. Now
Yeah.
that I'm on this video kick right now and I have all the equipment to make videos, I want to take some people that are at the convention on quick little trips to go get food in the drive-through and make some balloons in the drive-through with a special guest. I think that would be a really cool thing. If I have any volunteers,
Yeah.
let me know. And it would be really cool to like be next to someone else making balloons in the drive-through, and that would be a whole fun series to
Gonna be a
make, to
hot,
film,
that's gonna
edit.
be a hot one.
Yeah, I've got to crank the air conditioning
Yeah.
for
Wow.
sure. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that it's just going to be really fun and exciting. I'm excited to meet people I haven't met there that I know are going to be there, like Darren Mortarboy, and
Yeah.
I
And
can't think of anyone
will
else
be
off the top of my head,
there,
but
and yeah, and Joe Mock. Yeah, we got a good
yeah.
lineup. So,
Yeah, it's a good lineup this year. And so thanks for bringing me on. I know it's a
oh,
little bit last minute, but I'm happy to make things work and
oh
be out
no,
there.
you're welcome. We're excited to have you too. And I know that you were talking about coming as anyway, so it's perfect. So it's gonna be awesome. So great competitions and all that, as you know. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to compete. I'll compete in a few. We'll see how it
Sure,
goes.
sure. Any last thoughts or anything you can tell anybody why they should come last minute, maybe, saying that they can. We still have some room. We have a good attendance this year. I'm excited. Uh,
Yeah.
but but hey, I think it's a hop, skip, and a jump. But I'll let you say it in your words, you know.
Yeah, if you're on the fence about coming, I just think that it's going to be an unbelievable experience. There's going to be big balloon structures everywhere. There's going to be a lot of fun, but there's also going to be, if you want it, I think like it's like a cruise in a way where you can do as much or as little as you want. You're not pushed into a situation where it's like you don't have to model a balloon dress and you can go to whatever classes you want. So it's just going to be a lot of fun, a lot of friendly fun over there. And so I think that. Um,
That's a great
yeah,
analogy. I like that.
yeah, you've been on a cruise before where you could just chill
Yeah.
or you
Oh
could
yeah.
be all in and be the star of the
Yeah.
show. I
Yeah.
mean, so it's gonna be fun. I'm just excited to go, but I'm also just excited to learn too. I think that you can learn something from everybody, and even if you're a beginner, you could still teach some of the more experienced twisters how to make something. Yeah, and I know you're adding decor this year, or yeah, have you had decor in the past?
We've always had decor since day
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
But it's really evolved. Even like the second year we had the wedding, we had decor in there too, if you remember. The first
Yeah.
year, not really. The first year was kind of, but ever since day one, we always wanted to have decor. But like we have enough decor classes, which we've had, with COVID the last couple of years, it's been a little bit of a trip. But in 2019, 2018, we had a lot of decor classes in a separate room. We have just as many decor classes now as twisting classes, because that's where the industry is. We are the only true, we're claiming as a deco twisting convention. We're it. Now, I'm not saying anybody else might not make that claim, but we've always been that. So yeah. And I love that
Yeah.
focus. So that's you fit right
Yeah.
in.
That makes me really excited for the decor. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that to see how that all is
yeah.
gonna. Yeah, I'm excited. So, and then you're having three balloon companies out there this year.
Yeah,
So
we are. We're having Metalitex and Decomex and Elitex, which is new, and they're going to have some new thing. They're going to come out with 160s and 350s. We're going to have lots of samples of stuff to try, some guinea pigging stuff. It's going to be really interesting. And now with the
okay.
situation with Qualitex, we don't know what's happening. So this is a great time to know balloons. A great way to
Yeah.
pick their brains, ask questions. The jam room should be
Yeah.
really busy, I'm sure. And
Cool.
interesting. And they want to know just as much from us as we want to know about them, the new brands I'm talking about. And I think that'll be interesting too, because they want to improve. So, but I think those are three strong brands that we have coming, and I think it's
Yeah.
really, really great.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see Jan from Metallic, and then I'm excited to get to know the Decomex people. I've never tried a Decomex balloon,
oh,
and
they're good. I've been using
yeah,
some. They're good. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Cool,
good
cool.
price too. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bargain.
Well, they're called bargain balloons. Yeah, you're funny. Did you not know that?
I knew that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Wow,
Yeah.
cool. Did we miss anything, Darren, on anything that you wanted to share about you or Bling Bling or anything else or any last thoughts? Or did we get everything?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all, if you can think of anything, I'll answer anything, but I think
No, I
I
think
think
we
we said
got it.
all
Yeah.
of it.
I think we got it good. I'm just, like I said, I'm super excited to have you come there as much as you're excited. I think people will be thrilled. It's going to be great. Just want to say to everybody, hey, make sure that you show Darren some love and put a comment or a like. He'll be watching when it premieres, and it helps people. I really think, and again, if you're seeing this and like he said, you're thinking about coming, you can still can come or do the virtual. And if not, like I said, next year, because we're right down the wire, but we wanted to make sure you got a true essence or a better essence of our teachers, because I don't think anybody knows people that well. At times we're always busy doing the balloons, what we love, and we get into the balloons, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just sometimes good to take a step back because sometimes we think we're very different than each other. Some people have a lot more similarities, and it makes it really interesting. And it's just good to know each other. We're a small community, and that's what it's all about. So, Darren, thank you so much. This is great. Again, super excited to see you. And over and out, everybody. And let's bling it on. We'll see you, Darren.
All right. See you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.